a single chain of decisions, could push the world to the edge. Right now, three major developments are unfolding at the same time, and together, they could reshape the global balance. The first comes from Iran, in a dramatic escalation. Iran has signaled a move toward the complete closure of the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow passage, but one of the most critical lifelines of the global economy. Nearly 20% of the world. Oil supply passes through this route every day. And now, that lifeline is at risk. Iran has warned that continued pressure and rising tensions could force sci-fi to take full control, restricting or even blocking all movement through the strait. If that happens, the impact would be immediate. Oil prices could surge, shipping routes could collapse, and global markets could face sudden shock. But this is only one part of the story, because the second development comes from Russia, in a move that is raising even more concern. Russia has indicated a decision to halt or reduce oil supply to global markets, starting from April 1st. A decision that could tighten global energy availability at the worst possible time. Because when supply drops and critical routes are threatened at the same time, the pressure multiplies, energy markets react fast, prices rise sharply, and economies across the world begin to feel the strain, from fuel costs to food prices to industrial production. Everything becomes affected. Now, add a third development into the picture. A direct warning. Former President Donald Trump has issued what many are calling a final warning. According to his latest remarks, if tensions continue to escalate and if strategic routes like the Strait of Hormuz are disrupted, the United States could respond with targeted strikes, specifically on critical infrastructure, including energy and power facilities. And the timeline mentioned has raised even more attention. A deadline reportedly set around April 6th. A short window, a critical moment. Now the world is watching a countdown. Three pressures, all building at once. A potential closure of a global oil route, a reduction in energy supply, and a warning of direct action. This is not just a regional situation anymore, this is global. Because every country, every market, every economy is connected to energy flow. And when that flow is threatened, the effects spread everywhere. Meanwhile, diplomatic efforts are intensifying. Behind closed doors, leaders are working to reduce tensions. Calls for restraint are growing louder, because the alternative is unpredictable. And history has shown when economic pressure and military tension combine, situations can escalate quickly. So now the question becomes, will the Strait of Hormuz remain open? Will energy supply stabilize? Will warnings turn into action? Or will diplomacy step in before the situation crosses a line? For now, the world is watching closely, because this moment is not just about politics. It's about stability, it's about global balance, and it's about what happens next. One decision could ease the pressure, or push the world closer to a crisis, with consequences far beyond the region. And right now, that decision is still unfolding.